Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James from What's Your Forte, and today we're going to be reviewing and installing a brand new LTE Dashcam from BLACKVUE. All right, let's get it. All right, everyone, so let's go ahead and see what's inside of this BLACKVUE Dashcam box. So this is the box that it comes in. Just has a little bit of labeling, a little bit of information on the side, but let's go ahead and get to the contents on the inside. So on the inside of the box, you do have some instruction booklets, pamphlets. So I'm gonna set these off to the side. And then now we have the dash cam. So these are the dash cams. This is the rear dash cam. This is the front dash cam. Like I said, this is the LTE model. So this is their first LTE model that they have. And it's got a nice size to it. You can rotate this all the way around so you can video in front of your car. And if you ever want to video inside of your car for whatever reason, you can move it around there. Removes out pretty easy. You got the camera right there. You got some indicator lights on the back for recording GPS and Wi-Fi. And then you got right here, you got a SD format button. You got a power input where your micro SD card goes, Wi-Fi button, and then also DC power. So that's actually where your rear camera input goes. All right, so that's pretty much it for just a quick look at the buttons, kind of what the actual camera looks like. It does have a pretty nice weight to it. It doesn't feel too heavy or too light. It feels just about right. And they do have some 3M tape right there. All right, getting on to the rear dash cam. It's pretty simple. It does have a lens cap right there, so you can see the lens right there. Some protection there. And then it's pretty much it. It rotates just like the front one, and pretty simple design. Pretty nice. As you can see, it's kind of small, but you only need it to video the rear, and that's it, because the front camera drives most of the functionality of the rear camera. All right, so after you take out your dash cams, I would assume what's left underneath here would be like your power plugs, power cords, etc. All right, so inside this box, we have a bunch of accessories. So let me lay the boxes to the side. It looks like you have a trim tool, which you'll use to line the wire along inside your car. So when we get to the install process, we'll be showing you how to use that. You have an SD card reader, because you got to put a micro SD inside, which they do give you a micro SD. Let me pull that out of the package. So the micro SD is included, as you can see right there, and it is 64 gigs. So if you want more than that, you'll have to buy your own, but this is the one they give you. And a bunch of additional adhesives, and they had these little, I like to call them guider clips. So whenever you finish hooking up the wires and running the wires, you're gonna use these guide clips to kind of hide them and tuck them away. So that's pretty neat. They include all that in there. So these are your power cords here. This is gonna help run the power from your rear dash cam to your front dash cam. And then this is gonna run from your front dash cam to your power adapter. The kit that I got from BLACKVUE, also have the Power Magic battery pack. So this is gonna help save the life of your car's battery. And this right here is gonna pull just enough power from your car's battery into this, and it's gonna hold power in here. So when your car's turned off, anything like that, it's not constantly drawing any type of power. It's going to draw it from the battery pack. So this is going to help extend the life of your car's battery by using this. So I did also get this. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside of here. So let's go ahead and open this just to see what's on the inside. All right, so pretty simple. You got the battery pack there. You have 2 USBs, so you can hook up maybe another phone or any kind of other device to charge it via USB. You got your DC in, that's where your dash cam goes. And it also comes with this holder. So this holder right here, you have 4 screw spots. So you'll be able to screw it into somewhere in your car you want to mount this, and then you can just pop this right back in, and then boom, y'all heard that click. So that's how then it'll sit wherever you mount it at inside your car. So I have to figure out where I want to mount it. When I get in there and start the installation process, I'll figure out where I want to mount it. And then underneath here, got some foam. And then this is probably power cords and accessories there. So that's everything that's inside the packaging there. And then some more instruction booklets down there. So yeah, so that's everything they sent out. Again, shout out to BLACKVUE for sending this out for my review today. So you guys definitely check out the links down below if you're interested in this unit or this power pack that I am reviewing today. BLACKVUE did send this out for me. So I do appreciate them sending that out, and they did not tell me I had to say anything particular about this unit. They wanted me to install it and go over the LTE properties, because this is one of their first ones built like this and this design. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing that and bringing y'all and giving y'all my honest thoughts on it. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the installation. All right, everyone, so as you can see, we are inside the M4. So what I've been thinking is I'm probably going to mount it probably about right here, as you can see right there. So that'll kind of be the view. So I'm going to mount it probably about right there. I think that'll probably be the best spot for it, and also be able to give me enough room where I can run the cords and go all the way around the trimming here. So it's probably where I'm going to mount it. So what I'm going to do first, of course, you want to make sure this glass, I know y'all really can't see it, it looks clear, but make sure this glass right here on the windshield is clean where we're going to actually do the mounting. So I'm going to grab my invisible glass cleaner, microfiber cloth, and I'm going to go ahead and clean that now. All right, everyone, so now I made sure the window was clean, and now I'm going to go ahead and install and mount the front dash cam. It's pretty simple. As you can see here, it has some 3M double-sided tape. So you're just going to peel off this layer here and then just stick it right up to the mount and probably hold it there for probably, I say, 20 to 30 seconds with some good force. You should be good to go. All right, everyone, so as you can see here, it is installed. It did take me about 5 good minutes to get off the 3M tape that they have up here. It is pretty tough to get off, but that just lets me know that it's super sticky and that I shouldn't have to worry about this dash cam falling off. But it was very difficult to get off. But as you can see, that's the way I mounted it. Now they do recommend lining up the camera with the middle of your mirror here. I kind of like mine a little offset. I think it just looks better. I know that my camera now will not be in the very middle of my dash, but I just like the way this looks better for me. So kind of use your own judgment on that if you want your camera directly in the middle or a little offset. I don't mind it being a little offset towards the driver's side. So that's the way I have mine set up. So just kind of backing up, that's what it's going to look like. If the mirror is in the regular position, you can't even really see it. Only if you look underneath can you see it. And then this is kind of a side view there. So that's kind of what it looks like from the side. All right, so now let's get to the wiring phase. And now I'm over here on the passenger side, and as you can see, that is the dash cam mounted. So now I'm going to go ahead and run the wires. So I'm going to plug the wire right into here where it says DC, and I'm gonna run that wire all the way up here, all the way over here, and then down through here, and then I'm gonna run it down here, all the way down, and then underneath here, because the power pack is going to be down here. So I want to run the wires all the way up, all the way around, directly right back to the dash cam. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. All right, so the power plug that you want to pull out is going to look like this, and this is going to be the one that's in the dash cam box. So it's going to have like a little adapter edge on one end and then like an AC plug right here. So let's go ahead and get that wired. All right, everyone, so I want to give you a progress update of how it's going. So I got the power plug plugged in right here, and then I wired it right into here. And it's going all the way up here, like I stated, and all the way around. And now I'm right into this area. I will say it's very easy to do with this trim tool piece that they gave you, which is right here. It is pretty easy to do, man. And I was thinking this was going to be a lot more work. It's only kind of difficult only because, one, kind of don't have a whole lot of room to work with inside of this M4, so it's kind of awkward movements just to get in and make sure I have enough room for me to clear the wire in here, just because I'm such a big guy, and then I'm trying to do this in this car, and then two, because it's kind of warm outside. So that's the only two things that's making this job difficult. But as far as like running the wire, I'm gonna see if I can just kind of catch this on video for you guys. So you just kind of want to find where you got to put it at. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but I'm gonna try to do it for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate it. So you just kind of want to push it in to where you want to use it, then use the plastic trim tool to kind of push it in there. And then once you get it in there, you just kind of take it and run it down. So, and then you can kind of see, like I said, it's kind of tough to do this with one hand, but as you can see, just even with that one piece right there, now that's been tucked and it's no longer visible, whereas before it was sticking out, and now you just kind of tuck it. So this piece right here is super helpful in order to tuck these wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to tuck these wires. Like I said, this wire is gonna run all the way down here, and we're gonna run it all the way down here and then underneath the glove box here. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with this process, and I'll catch up with y'all once this is done. All right, guys, instead of following this Alcantara piece all the way down here, I think what I'm gonna do is run it through this panel right here. This panel kind of pops out so you can get access to stuff behind here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pop it out, run this cord right here, and then all the way down through here, and then I can make it pop out right in here and then go right underneath the glove box. I think that'll give me the cleanest look and also the simplest, easiest way to run this wire. So that's what I'm about to do now. All right, guys, so after running the wire and closing that panel, this is exactly what it looks like. And as you can see, it looks pretty OEM. It looks, you can't really tell at first glance where any of the wires are tucked. It looks very clean and very nice. You do see the little bit of wire right there. I'm gonna try to tuck it a little bit better, but I'm still not bothered by that. So I think that's a pretty good idea to run it through there, through the side glove box entrance. All right, so now that I have most of the 3, 2, 1. All right, so now that I have the cord running from the front dash cam down here, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the power pack. So like I said, this is what's gonna power the actual dash cams. It's gonna hold power from the car, kind of regulate it so you can extend your battery life, so you don't kill your battery trying to run this dash cam. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this cord right here. This is gonna go right into here where it says dash cam, and then your dash cam is actually gonna plug right into this. And then there's gonna be where it says DC in right there. You're gonna use this plug right here to run that straight to wherever your cigarette lighter power is. So in the BMWs and the F series models, we have a plug right here, as you can see right there in the middle of the frame. So I'm gonna plug that and run it right into there. So the power pack's gonna run into there, and the actual dash cam is gonna run directly into the power pack, and then the rear view camera is gonna run directly into the front camera. So that's kind of how how the power cycles with this setup. So now let me go ahead and hook up this battery pack to the front dash cam. All right, everyone, so as you can see right here, this is the power battery pack. So you can see the indicator lights right there, some USB plugs. This plug right here is gonna be the one that runs to the front dash cam. And you can see this cord right here runs right into the power outlet underneath the glove box. All right, so before I mount this, I wanna make sure that everything works. I always like to make sure everything works before I mount it and get it secured. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is mount the rear camera, because I wanna go ahead and get that mounted and ran before I mount this power box. All right, so as you guys can see right here, this is the rear view camera. It's got a little lens cap, it's got a little holder, you know, nothing too major. It's pretty small. Probably gonna mount it about right there in the middle there. So that's probably where I'm gonna put it right there. So nothing too much to it. There's not a whole lot, because everything on this rear camera is being driven by the front dash cam. All right, guys, so one thing I want to do and remind you of before you really get started on this process is on the plug for the rear view camera, there is an F and an R on this part. So hopefully you guys can see this right here. The F is for the front and the R is for the rear. So you definitely want to make sure you have those cords lined up. So let me see if I can get this better in focus for you guys. But as you can see here, This one says F, so this means this is the front plug, and the rear one was the plug that I plugged back into the rear dash cam. So definitely want to make sure you do that. You don't want to do all this wiring and then realize you have the front and the rear and the rear and the front. So I just want to remind you guys of that before you start this process. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna mount the camera probably right there. I'm gonna run the cord all the way around here. You see that little break right there and the headliner, and run it all the way to the front. Excuse my headrest. All the way there, all the way underneath, and then right back to the front camera right there. So I'm gonna take that path and go through the driver's side and run it all the way to the rear. So that's the path I'm gonna take. And when I get back, if I run into anything interesting, I'll definitely stop and record it for you guys. But I'm just gonna do the same process that I did in the front, taking the trim tool and just running the wire straight through these little indentions right here, tucking it and making it look real nice and pretty. So be doing that process now, and y'all pray for me, man. It's hot out here. But I'll be right back once all this is finished. So all right, so now I'm in the front, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug up the front cable, which is plugged in right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and run that. So because I'm probably gonna have a little bit of extra left, so I have to figure out where I'm gonna tuck that extra at. So I'm probably gonna tuck it maybe somewhere up in this pillar here. So I want to run it from this side first, so I can figure out how much I need to tuck, and then I'll probably tuck it down within this pillar here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and then when I get to the point where I need to tuck it, I'll be back and show you guys how I'm gonna tuck it. All right, everyone, so now that we're back, as you can see, everything is wired and everything is plugged up. So let me show you what I did with all the slack. So what I did was I took everything out to this point. So I had all the slack hanging right here. So I went all the way down here, came all the way back up, then I tucked in there and went all the way around. So I was gonna try to work it on this front part of the pillar, but as soon as you got down here, it got super tight, and it didn't want to separate as good as I wanted to. So I couldn't run it on this back, on the front end. So I ran it on this back end. As you can, I don't know if you can kind of tell, this looks a little inflated here. It's because it's ran down and up and down and up again, and then back through here, up through here, down over here, and then behind the mirror. So you can see there's some wires right there. So there still was a little bit of slack left, but not a whole lot. So I just wrapped it around and around and around the mirror here until I got enough to where I could just plug it directly into the dash cam. So that's kind of what I did with my slack. If y'all have a better idea, please comment down below what you did with your slack if you have this dash cam, or if you have a better idea of how to hide all that extra cord. But that's the way I did it, and it works, and everything is a-okay. So now we got everything plugged up. Let's plug the battery pack back up, and let's get this dash cam set up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up. So what I gotta do now is put in the SIM card and also the SD card. Like I said, this is the LTE version. So let's go ahead and put the SIM card and SD card in the actual dash cam. So the best thing to do to get this dash cam out and do all that, I would say, is to unplug your front and rear power source here. And then there's a button on the front of this module. You'll just push that in, and then you'll pull this right out. It's kind of tough to do with one hand, but actually I did it one hand. Boom, one hand. So you can get your dash cam out, and then as you see here, there's a slot for the micro SD card. It's gonna go right behind that little door there, and then the SIM tray is actually right there. So they actually give you a SIM tray tool kit to remove the SIM tray, so you can put your new SIM in there, and then the SD card will go right behind that panel there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. All right, so before I get too far, I do want to talk about the LTE that this dash cam has. So like I stated before in the beginning, this is the LTE version. It is new for BLACKVUE, and this, like I stated before, right here in the middle of the frame right there is the SIM tray. So you will need to order a SIM tray and add it to the data plan of your phone if you do want to use the LTE capabilities. I will be doing a full review after this video and posting that right up so I can give you my full review of the LTE capabilities and what you can do actually with it. Today's video is going to be more of an install and basic setup. Then the second video is going to be a full explanation of the LTE capabilities of this dash cam. You will need to get a SIM card from AT&T because that is the mobile carrier they told me to go through. You can set it all up online. Very simple, very easy, and they sent out my SIM card in like two to 3 business days. So super fast, super easy. So you will need to get a SIM card in order to use the full LTE capabilities of this dash cam. But now let's go ahead and get back to the full installation and setup. All right, everyone, so I have the SD card in here along with the SIM, and right now, since I put the power to it, right now it says, all right, so now it's telling me right there, as y'all heard it there, as it was interrupting me, it's already recording. So right now it's registering the SD card and it's got everything going. So now it's telling me to activate the SIM card. But what I'm going to do first is format the SD card. So I'm going to do that now. So you press and hold. When you hear that beep. All right, so it's telling you what to do there. So hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's formatting the SD card. Yep, so it's kind of telling y'all exactly what it's doing. So it's restarting, formatting the SD card. I always recommend if you're gonna put a new SD card in to go ahead and format it. Even though this one probably was formatted from BLACKVUE, I just want to go ahead and format it before I start recording anything. It's always good to do that. So let's see how long this takes. All right. All right, so as you'll see there, it just formatted the SD card, restarted, and now we are good to go. And now it's telling me to activate the SIM card, which we have to do that on the app. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, guys, so as you can see, we're on the app. So what you want to do first, if you haven't created an account, you want to create an account. I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. So you want to do that, which is what I'm doing now on the screen. Then once you log in, it asks you, do you want to receive push notifications? I hit yes, and I hit allow, just for my testing purposes. So now you're at the home screen. So now it's going to ask you to add a camera. So you want to hit the plus sign and then hit add camera. Then it's going to ask you, it needs access to your camera so you can get to scan the QR code. So I'm pulling the QR code out of the box and boom, pulls it right up. It needs access to your GPS, hit OK. Camera has been added successfully. All right, so now you can see your camera up in the menu screen. So that was pretty simple, right? Not too bad. So now we're gonna go ahead and go back, navigate back to the home screen. And then now we need to connect the Wi-Fi. So we want to establish the Wi-Fi connection first. So we'll go ahead and do that at this time. So what you want to do is click on the Wi-Fi button. Then it's going to ask you there to go to your phone, your Wi-Fi settings, turn on Wi-Fi, then find the BLACKVUE model that you have on the Wi-Fi and then connect to it. So it's kind of just walking you through the full process there. So you want to connect to the Wi-Fi first, so we can go ahead and establish a connection. So then we can go ahead and establish the SIM, and then we can go through that process. So this does allow you to use Wi-Fi and use the SIM in order to data transmit. So now let's go ahead and go to our settings in our phone. You click on Wi-Fi, and then you want to find that BLACKVUE Dashcam. So it's right there. Click on it. All right, so now let's go ahead, go back, click on the connection button, boom. Then it takes us back. We go click on the Wi-Fi, and boom. Now it looks like we are connected to the Wi-Fi. So you can see there's some of the recordings already that it has recorded. Once the Wi-Fi is set up, you want to click on the top right and click on the SIM icon. Once you click on the SIM icon, it'll say retrieving SIM information. So it's connecting the dash cam to the SIM that you installed, connecting to the network and the provider, which is AT&T in this case. So we can give it a second here for it to connect everything. Then once we connect everything, it should take us through a process to actually search for the provider, which you'll see this menu right here. And then now you click on the search icon, and then you should be able to search for the provider. So you want to go down, and we are in the United States of America. So let's scroll down and find us. Keep scrolling. Boom, United States, and click on AT&T. It shows up as phone for some odd reason, but it is AT&T. Once you do that, you can click done. And SIM card settings is complete. SIM card setup is complete. So that's pretty cool. So you can hit OK after that. Once you get that selected. Now, what we want to do is now, since we don't need the Wi-Fi anymore, let's go ahead and disconnect the Wi-Fi. So went back to Wi-Fi settings. I'm gonna go ahead and just choose my regular network there. Then I can go back into the BLACKVUE app. And now since Wi-Fi connection is lost, that's fine because we have cloud. Now click on cloud, and boom, now we see our BLACKVUE Dashcam is connected. It's giving you a signal strength, and everything looks good there. So you click in on that, and then it kind of gives you everything you've recorded up to this point, which is pretty cool. So we can access that via the cloud, via using our SIM card. Click on cloud there. I haven't uploaded anything to the cloud, so nothing's there. Event auto upload. Like I said, I will be doing a video going through this full process of how the cloud works, just kind of showing you some things here. And this is a live view, so you can do a live view of what your dash cam sees from the cloud, which is cool. All right, guys, so now that I can ensure that everything works, I'm gonna go ahead and install the power box. I'm gonna mount it somewhere underneath. Probably gonna go about right beside that light in this little open spot right there. So that's probably where I'm gonna mount it at. And I'm gonna use the Velcro. So they have a Velcro, double-sided Velcro tape. So I took off the tape on one side and hooked it to the back of this mounting piece, and then I'm gonna take that off and mount it up like that. So I'll have that mounting piece underneath there, and then this is Velcro. So if I just want to take that off, you can see right there the Velcro kind of peels up right there. So it's a nice little Velcro strip, and it should be strong enough to hold it. So let me go ahead and mount it, and then I'll be back once it is complete. All right, everyone, so as you can see here, the power box is connected and the wires have been tucked. So I tucked the wire that is right here. I tucked that underneath this panel in here, and then the front camera wiring, tucked it behind this panel here. And then you can look underneath here and see how the wires are being ran. I did use the holders, the wire holders that were included in the box. As you can see right there, the wire is holding it there, and there's another wire holder on the back piece right there holding that plug there and holding everything together. So everything is tucked, everything's close, power box is running fine, everything is connected, and we are good to go. All right, everyone, so that is the full installation and setup of the BLACKVUE LTE Dashcam, man. So this video is going to be, like I said, this video was more so focused on the installation and setup. The next video is going to be full dive, deep dive into the LTE properties of this Dashcam. I kind of wanted to split the videos up. As y'all seen, this video kind of ran on for a little while, so I didn't want to make a 30-40 minute video. I'd rather split it up into 2 parts so y'all can have a better viewing experience. All right, so please like, subscribe, comment down below, and look out for that next video, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.